I had this catch can on there during summertime. We're draining it. You guys are making fun of me. This catch can will never go back on my truck. I am too fearful of issues. Aftermarket PCV oil catch can attached to engine in line with PCV system, odometer 4752. Powertrain restriction. This is what it looks like when there's a warranty block put on a vehicle, in case you've never seen one. Now, this is a 25 Silverado 1500. Once I started seeing several posts online that my catch can is freezing, I don't like my catch can in the wintertime, it's scary. That's what drew me to this, and I started to drain my own. And that's where I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did. Valve right here, hopefully you can see it. It's just a little lever. It's red. Flip that down, which opens it up. Oh, wow. That's a lot of water coming out. Oh, yeah, that's filling up quick. We've got a lot. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about my angle. I'm too busy watching it, thinking that it's going to overflow. But that's pretty much all water inside there. Very little oil. I just removed the hoses right here, and you can see the one nearest me is the one that goes back into the turbo. That one right there, that goes back into the turbo. Look at all that crap. Now, the only worry would be that if I let this continue on, it could have frozen out there in these colder temps. So, speaking with this person, they actually messaged me and said, hey, have you heard of anybody freezing up and blowing out their rear main seal? And I said, no, I haven't personally noticed any of that. However, it is a possibility, I believe. If this hose is blocked up and you can't have flow from the camshaft cover to the turbocharger like it's designed, if this is in line and if it were to freeze up, I mean, that is a possibility. So unfortunately, what happened here was that they had to foot the bill. Based on our communications, they foot the bill to get their truck repaired. It was quite costly bill, as you can assume. But the intention of this video is to warn you that, yes, adding an aftermarket part, even as basic as a catch can like this is, like in my case, this is what I had on mine. Look at this, that filled up. I could have avoided my warranty had I had an issue. Now, technically, you can't have a voided warranty just for installing a part. You can get your lawyers and whatnot. Again, this is my opinion on it, but just installing a part, I don't see a huge issue with that. Granted, depending on the severity of what the part is. It's my opinion. And in this case, though, unfortunately, when it catches water, and if it were to freeze up, which this person was in -5-degree temps, based on our conversations, that's what they had. They didn't know it was full. I want to point out too that they installed this with just over 2,000 miles on the vehicle. This catch can will never go back on my truck. I am too fearful of issues. When I ran this catch can in the summertime, I got dribbles out of that catch can. I mean, people were making fun of me like, you wasted all your money on that catch can. I was like, no, I believe that it's good because I don't want the oil vapor going into the engine. Well, I kept it on there, and once we got into wintertime, I actually drained it out right here, and I knew that there was going to be water in there. That's totally fine. The previous intervals when I got this catch can, they were said to be 10,000 miles. It was tested in the freezing cold. I felt I had no worries because I trusted what was communicated on there. Now, recently, the information has been dropped down to 5,000 miles is the recommended interval, if I understand it correctly. It's my opinion of how I read it. I just want to say that if you're running a catch can in wintertime, it's not a small amount of water. I mean, look at this. This is just over 1,000 miles, and that's a lot of water. So what happens is condensation builds up within the system. The catch can does its job as it catches the vapor and keeps it inside here. The only issue, in my opinion, is that it stays inside the catch can, and ultimately it could freeze up. Now, I know it was said that these were tested in super low temperatures, and I believe that they did all their testing. However, in use of other people on Facebook, they're actually commenting that theirs are freezing and they're taking them off. And I think that's wise in my case because I had a lot of water in there. Had I hit some freezing temperatures, I could have been like this person right here with that warranty issue. Look at the miles, 4752. Now, like I said, I spoke with them directly. I know what catch can they were running. It was similar to what I'm running here, just not black. And same hose setup and everything. And I do know that there was a hose redesign, maybe a catch can redesign, in my opinion, based off of what I've seen, designed so it no longer has this. I don't know if that resolves any issues. I'm unsure, but there are different designs. And I do know that there is a bypass coming out, potentially. Again, this is just my understanding of it based off of messages that I received. But the bypass is going to help. And that's just my opinion, my understanding of this, because I'm not an engineer on this. So just trying to share what I feel. So here's the thing. The catch can does have a sight glass. In my case, I had all of this water in there, and I did look. I mean, in the engine bay, you can see that it's tough to get to, but you could see it. I could not tell that this was filled up that high. And when I removed this, there was a ton of sludge and goopiness right there, which tells me that this was potentially overflowing and blowing back into the engine, which is what we don't want. Hopefully this helps some people out there that are unaware of wintertime causing excessive condensation inside your catch can. I know many people don't know, and I just want to make sure that we are all on the same page so that way we don't have any issues. Very unfortunate situation on this one. I hope everything gets resolved and worked out with them. But if you have any questions, concerns, comments, feel free to comment down below in the comments area, and I'll be happy to talk about that with you. Again, my intention on this was to educate for winter time that water could build up in a catch can, and if it does freeze and it causes an issue, you could be in a situation like this. Very scary. I know I wouldn't want to foot that bill, so that's why I have this off of my truck. I don't want to put it back on. Too much worry for me, unfortunately, but that's how I feel. All right, we've got the valve right here. Hopefully you can see it. It's just a little lever. It's red. Flip that down, which opens it up. Oh, wow. That's a lot of water coming out. Oh, yeah, that's filling up quick. We've got a lot. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about my angle. I'm too busy watching it, thinking that it's going to overflow. But that's pretty much all water inside there. Very little oil. I just removed the hoses right here, and you can see the one nearest me is the one that goes back into the turbo. That one right there, that goes back into the turbo. Look at all that crap. Now, the only worry would be that if I let this continue on, it could have frozen out there in these colder temps. So I'm glad I'm in Utah where we don't have super, super duper cold temps. But yeah, draining this much more often if you're in any colder temps.